Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Thursday, May 16th, 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. A short-lived G2 geomagnetic storm occurred earlier today due to a rapid shift in the BZ. More in just a moment. Keep calm. It's boom time. South Florida hit 6 heat records on Wednesday. Grand solar minimum much, Pompano Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Pembroke Pines, Opa-locka, Miami, and Kendall, all smashing records. And the hazardous heat engulfed Florida further south, where temperatures reaching what felt like 115 degrees in Key West. The air quality in several U.S. states is threatened by growing Canadian wildfires. The good news is that weather is on the way to put those out. Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, say it ain't soda, all and parts of Wisconsin and Iowa under air quality alerts because of the uncontrollable wildfires in Canada. They're uncontrollable because they seldom control them. Here is the smoke map for North America, and you can see the majority of that smoke is up into the north, but a huge plume has pushed into the central U.S. all the way to the northeast. So you can see many places in the deeper smoke here. We're talking Chi-Town, parts of Michigan, Minnesota, dipping all the way down into Oklahoma and Kansas. This smoke map has been shifting for days. It's the northern parts of Alberta that are in the most smoke-dense regions, but no major fires. They're all small incident fires, and there is heavy rain coming that way to put those fires out. We'll get to that in just a moment. Severe storms bring large hail and damaging winds to parts of Oklahoma. Holy macaroni, down power lines, and what appears to be hail falling over the lake there. Dangerous flooding potential in East Texas, the nexus of the Schmexis, and western and central Louisiana. For the next 24 hours, a high-risk level 4 of 4 of excessive rainfall has been issued for portions of East Texas into western Louisiana today. For weeks, heavy rainfall has fallen across the Gulf Coast states, so any additional rainfall will likely lead to life-threatening flash flooding, severe thunderstorms capable of producing large hail, severe winds, and tornadoes will also be possible in Texas. You can see the crosshairs there, right in that heavy-duty maroon flash flood warning. Heed the warnings. Click on your county for more information. The first look here is going to be at the total precipitated moisture over the coming 10 days, 2 weeks. A couple things we're going to glean from this is all those wildfires up in Western Canada will probably be doused by up to 5 inches of rain in some regions, which is good news, much needed precipitation for all of the Canadian Shield. But the second big winner chicken dinner is the Midwest here. A huge drought has been ongoing, preventing planting of crops. And it appears as if by June 1st, we could be seeing 2 to 4 inches of rain for the drought-stricken region. This is enough moisture to get those seeds in the ground. Good news for the center of the U.S. and our economy, which is tanking, by the way. Seismic update. There are several quakes of note, including a quake in Ridgely, West Virginia. No, this is in Tennessee, maybe right across the river. But there is also a military base here. I wonder if they're testing something underground, perhaps, or maybe digging a tunnel. It's anyone's guess. We also have activity up here in the Arctic Circle, 4.6 near Svalbard. And the biggest rumblers, 5.2 in Peru. Who knew? Now you do. This was a blot echo. We could be seeing a larger quake up on the surface in Peru in the coming hours. We also have a blot echo in Papua New Guinea, several of them at 5.2 and 5.4. Those are the stats. We're sticking with them. As we take a quick look over at the Reykjanes Peninsula, small flurries of activity over the last 2 days have come to a quiet, but that activity is honing in on the Grindavik region as ongoing magma accumulation beneath Svartsengi continues. Increased probabilities of a new dike propagation and other volcanic eruptions in the coming days are imminent. Here is that warning coming today from the Icelandic Met Office. About 16 million cubic meters of magma has been recharged in the magma reservoir since the 16th of March. Most eruptions only needed 14 million cubic meters to initiate an eruption, so we've exceeded that level now. Magma accumulations beneath Svartsengi continue at a steady rate. About 16 million cubic meters of magma have been added to the magma reservoir. Increased probability of another dike propagation and or volcanic eruption in the coming days. Sundinuka Crater Row is the most likely location of another eruption. This is where the eruption has been ongoing. And an eruption could start with very little or no warning anywhere in the region, including the Blue Lagoon, which unfortunately is currently open. So heed the warnings and, well, stay away from Grindavik Town. Indonesia's Liwatolok volcano erupts, forcing flights to cancel landings. This is Jakarta, May 16th. A plane of Wings Air on the Kumpang Wanapito Lambata route with 40 passengers was supposed to land at Wanapito Airport at 11 a.m. local time, but the pilot decided to return to the departure airport, Xinjiang News reported. It is Liwatolok volcano in Indonesia's East Nusa Tenggara. It erupted on Thursday, causing a flight to cancel its landing at the airport, which is good news because if you fly through this, your plane fails and everyone on board dies. And that's certainly not happening at Indonesia's Ibu volcano, where they have raised the alert level to the highest level because of ongoing 21,000-foot explosions happening regularly. Indonesia's authorities have raised the alert level for Mount Ibu, a volcano in North Maluku province, to the highest level following a series of eruptions since last week. The 1,325-meter volcano in the northwest coast of the remote island of Halmahera has been spewing thick gray ash and dark clouds up to 5,000 meters into the air every day since last Friday. And this is, well, a different story altogether. Worldwide Volcano News Update. Here is that report from today of the puff from Ibu to 21,000 feet. We've got Sangay to 20,000, Popo to 18. Who else is on here? Here's the low Liwatobi to puffing to 6,000 feet, Semeru to 15. Who knew? Now you do Spur Volcano, a new one on the list. This is Cook Inlet in southwest Alaska. Small increase in seismic activity, and it appears to be a little bit of steam or something coming out of there, has raised the alert level at Spur Volcano. Looks like it erupts at VEI 2 or 3 based on the geometry there. Fuego puffing and passing today, Ducona to 9,000 feet, Sampaguita to 24,000, Reventador 15,000 foot puff, Popo to 19, Semeru 15,000 foot puff, Ducona to 9, Fuego to 15, Ibu continues to puff to 21,000 feet, Abeco puff to 9,000, Ibu flight level 6,000, so very active today. Concepcion volcano, a volcanic ash puff to 18,000 foot shown there today as well. That's a new one to the list as well. Reventador 15. Shivalush puffing again to 10,000 feet. And that wraps up today's activity worldwide. Quick jump over to space weather, where we had a quick G2 geomagnetic storm earlier today, dropped down to G1. The whole thing lasted just about 9 hours till we went to background noise. Very little chance of aurora tonight, but let's look at the big picture. Newly assigned AR3685, the source of the X3 solar flare on Wednesday, continues to move into view and will be a threat now for the next 13 days or so. The region has only managed minor C flares and only one low-level M flare since the big flare yesterday, and it looks like Earth-facing quiet is king. Let's take a quick look at the latest HMI intensity as the solar indices continue to fade. That is quite a good-looking sunspot array turning around the disk. Will be almost directly Earth-facing in just about 7 days. The spots facing Earth right now are doing nothing, as well as the incoming region, which is good news for humanity. Indeed. The moderate geomagnetic storm in progress earlier today was because the BZ component of the interplanetary magnetic field was pointing south, which resulted in a small increase in solar wind speed as well as density earlier in the morning. And that is the full solar report. The 3-day geomagnetic forecast is all quiet on the Western Front. Did you hear? North Carolina Senate votes to ban people from wearing masks in public for health reasons. The only problem is not really for health reasons, even though wearing a mask is bad for your health. They're actually doing it to prevent bad actors from wearing masks, to prevent law enforcement from identifying them. And this is the protesters, the pro-Palestinian protesters that have gone nuts over the last few weeks, are using masks to protect themselves from being identified. And that's a no-no according to North Carolina Senate. But in our opinion, I think banning it for public health reasons is a better idea. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share this video as we are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Watch all of our podcasts in one place, commercial free. Get the seeds from the Alliance of Native Seed Keepers. The link is below. We love each and every one of you. Be safe. And that is a boom. We'll see you in the desert in just 10 days.